And a pleasant good evening. Welcome inside of the warm and cozy Panther Den as the lights go out. The Panthers are coming on to the floor as it is another Mountain 7 Conference clash tonight. The East Henderson Eagles and the Franklin Panthers about to do battle in a key conference ball game tonight. The Lady Panthers come in after a tough loss on Thursday night of last week at the hands of the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. 36-27 the final in Clay County last Thursday night. The third consecutive game the Lady Panthers had played. The previous night, a win over the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Bouncing back from a loss to West Henderson last Tuesday night. This is a key game in the conference as you want to keep pace to now look forward to hosting a first round game in the conference tournament. Lights are back on. We're just about set for some basketball on this chilly evening in January. I'm George Young alongside our fantastic FPSN crew, including Philip Angel and Spencer tonight running our camera. We wish Joshua Chastain best wishes. He's a little under the weather. Hopefully he will be back with us on Friday night as the Panthers will be hosting the Tuscola Mountaineers on Friday night. It is a raucous atmosphere already as we are set for varsity girls action. Tip is going to be kicked out of bounds, and it's East Henderson basketball as Caitlin Foster jumps center for Coach Scott Hartbarger. We'll run through the conference standings and the upcoming schedule. The Panthers coming at 8-8 and 4-2 in the Mountain 7 Conference. East Henderson at 6-12 overall and 2-4 in the Mountain 7 Conference as the Eagles, Lady Eagles, will open the turnover. Now it's Bristol Brooks that'll bring it up court. Coach Scott Hartbarger and the Panthers. Aubrey Haley had it briefly, but could not secure it. And it trickles out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover for the Lady Panthers. So both the Eagles and the Panthers, a pair of turnovers of their opening possession of this ball game. Eagles going to dish it up court. Knocked out of bounds as Maddie McCall had it briefly. Eagles dressed in black tonight with green trim and green and very light white trim on those numbers, and it'll be a little difficult to pick up from time to time, so bear with us here as we'll do our best. That one was off the mark. Bristol Brooks has it, kicks it into the corner. Back up top, it's going to go to Clemens. Now Bristol Brooks going to attack, dish it, baseline jumper is up and good for Layla Malloy. She'll get the scoring going. And the Lady Panthers take an opening 2-0 lead. They'll set up some press in the backcourt and calls a turnover. It's a tie-up. Possession arrow is going to be with the Eagles. I guess they'll say the opening possession was controlled by the Panthers and they lost it out of bounds. So officially it is the Eagles that will have the alternating possession. Possession arrow, and it goes against the press. Coach Tammy George and her Eagles going to break it. It's a three. That'll be up and good for Caden Henderson. Was it a three or was it a two? They haven't put it up on the scoreboard. It was a three, and the Eagles will take an early 3-2 lead as the pass goes in underneath to Foster. She can't get it to go. An offensive rebound. Up top, it's Plemons for three, and she got it. McKenna Plemons from downtown. And Franklin is back out on top. And a turnover and another three. As we were watching the three, you can't blink. Turnovers and threes are raining early on. 8-3, Panther advantage. McKenna Plemons in the past 20 seconds with 2 threes. And it goes, jumper for Aubrey Haley wouldn't go. Another offensive rebound. And Caitlin Foster able to get the bucket. And we've got an early timeout by Tammy George. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So that will give us an opportunity to show you the schedule here for the Panthers upcoming. You see that lost 36-27 to Hayesville, the third of 3 consecutive games, a loss to West Henderson. So the Panthers have lost 2 out of the last 3. And Coach Hartbarger, I was talking to him right before his girls took to the floor, and he said, we'll see who comes out and performs tonight, because it's just been one of those years, and it's a very young team. Had a lot of injuries early on. Here's the conference basketball standings. You see Pisgah at the top of the conference, and unless something changes, they're going to cruise to regular season conference championship, but still a lot of conference games left. You see that schedule. Underneath, off the glass, it is Caden Henderson. Or was it McCall? It was going to be Maddie McCall, 22. That'll get the bucket off the glass. It's Bristol Brooks bringing it up. Her pass knocked away. A steal off the glass and good. 4 quick points for the Eagles as Mamie Hill able to get that bucket. You see the steal and the bucket for Hill. Clemens 3 off the mark. Rebound secured by the Lady Panthers. Foster had it. Then they're going to whistle a jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to stay with the Lady Panthers. And it goes Foster 3. That one's kicked around, going to be saved out of bounds into the hands of Bristol Brooks. She drives in, lifts a tough shot. It wouldn't go. Another offensive rebound, and the stick back would not fall. But Aubrey Haley will be at the line for a couple. It'll be the first team foul on the Panthers, and her first foul. Shot wouldn't go, and he's going to come down with it. That block, they're going to whistle a foul. Foster got a piece of the arm, I believe, of Mamie Hill. And it's going to send Mamie Hill to the line for a couple of shots. That'll be the second, no, just the first on the Panthers. And Hill can't get the first from the charity stripe. She'll get one more. And she gets the second to go. And with 4:52 left, the Lady Panthers going to attack underneath. A traveling violation. They're going to whistle on Foster, as she was trying to get position, trying to lean in and get a foul called, but the whistle was a traveling violation on Caitlin Foster. 9-8 early on here. 4:40 left, first quarter. Glad that you're with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. Wild shot, no good. Offensive rebound, a 3 off the mark. Bristol Brooks comes out with it. To the hole, Bristol Brooks, coast to coast. Tammy George, head coach for East Henderson. You may have seen her over there. She kind of threw her hands up. Got to get back, girls, and get back defensively. McCall has it, kicks it. Ball on the deck, picked up. Hill has it. Now a traveling violation got to be whistled, as the Panthers have ratcheted up that defensive pressure. It was Caden Henderson that traveled. And that'll turn it back over to the Panthers. Up 11-8. Bristol Brooks has it, kicks it. Layla Malloy back to Brooks. Check that to Pendergrass. To Malloy. Malloy going to feed underneath. Foster spins. And that time they'll whistle a foul on East Henderson. That'll send Caitlin Foster to the line. for a couple of shots. That'll be the second whistled on East Henderson. First shot is short for Caitlin Foster. Laura Marcellus checks into the game, the junior for Coach Tammy George and the Eagles. Second free throw is up and good for Foster. And we got a foul up top. Layla Malloy got to pick up the foul. That'll be the second on the Panthers. First on Malloy. Henderson with it. Got a feed underneath. Dribbling it out of bounds is Mamie Hill. That'll be a turnover for East Henderson. Malia Mason going to check into the game. For Hartbarger, it's like it's Foster that takes a seat. And Bristol Brooks going to bring it up. High pass in the corner, Malloy. Back it goes to Brooks. Got a feed to Malia Mason underneath. She gets triple teamed. They're going to feed it back out. Now back underneath, trying to feed, but the defense is stiff for East Henderson. Cross-court pass. Trying to get somebody open. It is Pendergrass that's open. Three, long board is saved out of bounds into the hands of East Henderson. They're going to race up court. Pass knocked away. Like Haley got her hands in there. She gives it up to Bristol Brooks. Brooks finds Pendergrass. Back to Brooks. It's Malia Mason. Will find Malloy open. And she can't get it to go from downtown. Kicks around out of bounds. Going to say off of an Eagle. So Kira Bass will check in for Coach Tammy George and the Eagles off the bench. And it goes quick pass. Layla Malloy gets the roll. Panthers now up 14-8. So we tick towards 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. This game started about, 10 minutes early? The varsity, or check that, the JV girls game was a running clock, and it was done, I think, by about 4:45-ish. And so the JV boys started early, and that game didn't last very long. So, as I say, roll the dice. You never know when we're going to start. Which makes it hard on everybody. But this is the way that they like to do things in the state of North Carolina on the high school side. And I don't think it's going to change. Stack 4 games up. That's a traveling violation. Going to be a turnover. Anna Stiles checks in for Hartbarger. Two minutes remaining, first quarter. Kicked around out of bounds, and it'll be East Henderson basketball as Caden Henderson lost it, but it was touched, I believe, by Josie Dehart. Into the backcourt, have to chase to save it, and East does. Free throw line jumper up and good. Mason going to kick it. Riley Green had it. She gives it up, tiptoeing that baseline, and throwing it out of bounds was Anna Stiles. That'll be a turnover for the Lady Panthers. 14-10. These two teams met back on December 13th with Franklin coming out with a 50-40 victory in East Flat Rock. Lady Panthers looking for a season sweep. Another turnover. Been sloppy for both teams early on here. Riley Green fires a pass in the paint. Peyton Beatty lifts the shot, no. An offensive rebound. Green for three. That one wouldn't go. It's kicked around. And body's hitting the deck. There was a whistle. Was it a foul? Yes. Anna Stiles going to pick up the foul. East Henderson going to check in a couple players. Cassie Everson and Charla Lindsay will come into the game for Tammy George at East as we tick under 60 seconds left, down to 50. First quarter. High pass in the corner. And we're going to whistle a foul, a blocking foul on Malia Mason as Cassie Everson drove in. It's going to be is that the fifth foul? Yeah, it is. It'll be the fifth foul on Franklin. So, 2 shots upcoming for Cassie Everson. And she gets the first to go. 43.9 seconds left. One more from the free throw line for Everson. Two-point lead now for the Panthers. 40 seconds left as Riley Green will bring it up across that timeline over to Josie Dehart. She'll quickly give it up to Beatty. Into the corner it goes. A three is off the mark. Panthers able to secure the board. Dribbling around, lifting a running shot. Stiles, no. Another offensive rebound. That one wouldn't go for Beatty. And East Henderson comes down with a rebound. 3 opportunities, and the Panthers come up empty. Chance for the Eagles to tie or take the lead here with 10 seconds left. A three, short. Picked up underneath. Another shot wouldn't go. Third opportunity, no. Fourth opportunity for the Eagles. And that'll do it. First quarter in the books. 14-12, Lady Panthers with a 2-point lead. As we head to break, stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
And we're back to action. East has it out of the break between quarters, and we've got some foul shots upcoming for the East Henderson Eagles. Foster going to pick up the foul. And a couple at the stripe for Cassie Everson. Chance to tie the game. It's the first. Can't hit the second. A long rebound picked up by the Eagles. And then they lose it. Bristol Brooks slowly bring it up. And another turnover. It's just been a turnover fest for both teams. High pass underneath, secured, and then almost a turnover for East. They'll keep control under their own basket. It'll be Mamie Hill. That will trigger. Up high it goes. Caden Henderson. Henderson going to back it out as we approach 7 minutes left here. Second quarter. Some issues. Up top, it's Hill. I'll swing it over. It's Everson underneath, knocked around. The shot partially blocked. Bristol Brooks comes down. Attacks for the Lady Panthers. High off the mark with that shot. And we've got a tie-up as Eschadero is with the Panthers. 6:34 left. McCall going to check in for Tammy George. Maddie McCall into the game for the Eagles. In it goes, quick pass. And the shot off the mark, but Bristol Brooks will be at the line for a couple. First foul on the Eagles here in the second quarter. It's up and good. 15-13. One more. Can't get the roll. East able to secure the board underneath, as it was Caden Henderson able to get that one. Eagles with some issues in the corner. Panthers able to cause a turnover. Bristol Brooks slows it down. It's a corner three. Riley Green, or check that, Layla Malloy couldn't get it to go. And again, it's a one-and-done opportunity for the Panthers. Almost a steal. Rebound Bristol. Brooks gonna push up. Lost control of it. And East now gonna bring it up. Mamie Hill lost control. And she steals it back. Henderson running shot. It wouldn't go. And Bristol. And going to slowly bring it up. Now we've got a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Scott Hartbarger and the Lady Panthers. They want to talk it over. With 5:22 left, it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. As I mentioned, these two teams met back on December 13th, 50-40. Lady Panthers able to come out victorious in East Flat Rock. That seems like a long time ago now. Conference standings through yesterday. Panthers host Tuscola on Friday night here at the Panther Den. Malloy finds Brooks. They're going to swing it underneath. It's Foster. Lost control. Really doubling Foster underneath. And the Panthers really, in that low block, have not been able to get much going so far in this game. Pass knocked around underneath, and Bristol Brooks comes out with it, and she's going to be bumped. Who are they going to give the foul to? Is it going to be McCall? Yeah. Maddie McCall going to pick up the foul. That's her third. And just the team's second here in the second quarter. Barcelos checks in off the bench for Tammy George and East. And Bristol Brooks runs the point. Plemons 3. She got the roll. McKenna Plemons from downtown. When she's open, it's about an 80% likelihood she's going to hit it. High pass in the corner. Stepped out of bounds on that baseline. Did Kiera Bass. Panthers will get the ball back. And back into the game for East, it's Caden Henderson. Comes off the bench. The junior. 5'6". Point guard for Coach Tammy George. That one is knocked out of bounds by an Eagle. So Franklin resets deep in that corner. Bristol sets the offense, dishes it underneath, knocked away. Henderson knocked it away. She's going to give it up. Approaching 4 minutes left. Off balance shot. Would not go. Saved. Out of bounds. And then stolen away. Bristol Brooks. Count it and one. Bristol Brooks with the fast break points. And one opportunity. Foul whistled on Mamie Hill, her first, and it'll be the team's third. Bristol Brooks able to get the and one opportunity, the old-fashioned three-point play, and Franklin has extended the lead now 21-13. Eagles able to break the pressure, but then turn it over. Bristol Brooks swings it over to Kenna Plemons. She gets triple teamed up high. Brooks over to Beatty, Malloy, that is. Over now to Plemons. She's open. Couldn't hit that time. Rebound underneath. It's Aubrey Haley. She's going to kick it out to Plemons. Plemons lost control. Hits the deck. Man, she went hard to the deck. Looks like she's going to be okay. And a whistle and a foul in the paint. Plemons going to pick up the foul. Was she in the act of shooting? I guess not. Mason and Green come in for Hartbarger. Everson has checked into Tammy George, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Coach Tammy George wants to talk things over. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here for the final 3:16 after the timeout. 21-13, Panthers on a little bit of a run here after it's been a back-and-forth affair throughout the night. Maybe the Panthers offensively has finally found a rhythm, but both teams still struggling with a turnover bug. More basketball for you coming up Friday night right here at the Panther Den. And I've looked at the forecast. No chance of snow or anything like that. In fact, it's going to be warm. 45 is going to feel like 75 by Friday. Tuscola invades the Panther Den, and we'll have it here on the Franklin Panther Sports Network, YouTube and Facebook. So the Eagles will have the possession out of the timeout. Hill gets it in. Catch and shoot and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a Panther is Lindsay. Caught it and went directly up. Knocked out again. Same play, out of bounds. They'll say this time as it was slapped out of Lindsay's hands and into the hands of Mamie Hill, who was inbounding it and trying to come in bounds. Approaching 3 minutes left. Pass underneath is stolen away. Here come the Eagles. Coast to coast. Off the glass, Mamie Hill. Haley kicks it. Malloy finds Green. Now Green going to lift a pass underneath. And finally some points underneath for the Panthers. And Liam Mason able to get that one up and good. three by Everson. Off the mark. Offensive rebound. Second shot wouldn't fall. Looked like Hill got her face hit. Or check, that's not Hill, that's Barcelos. She had the second opportunity. Holding her nose. That one wouldn't go. Here comes East. As we approach 2 minutes left here, second quarter. Franklin up 8 after it's been pretty close throughout this first half. Almost a turnover. Everson will be at the line. Malia Mason going to pick up the foul. That will be her second, Malia Mason's second. And the third whistled on the Panthers. 2 shots upcoming for Cassie Everson. She is one of only 3 seniors on the roster for Coach Tammy George. A very a young team. A bunch of sophomores on the roster as well, and a couple of freshmen. Second shot up and good. Josie Dehart has it, swings it. It's Green up top. She'll find Anna Stiles, who feeds underneath to Mason. Her shot, no. East's going to run out with it. It's Everson to the hole. They're going to wave it off. Offensive foul. We'll see here. Everson, wow. We caught the tail end of the collision there. That one's on Everson, her second. Or check that, her first. And that'll be the fourth whistled on East Henderson. Green will swing it. Stiles drives in, lifts the pass, knocked away off East. Minute 18 till halftime. Green, pass in the paint. It's Stiles, shot no, out of bounds. Last touched by Stiles, who was trying to save it. .60 seconds left. Is that a pass or was that a shot? Either way, it's a turnover. Green rings it up. Swings a pass. It's Malia Mason back out. Almost a turnover. Now Stiles has it. She's driving in. That one wouldn't go. Dehart grabbed the board. No. East comes out with it. 36 seconds left. Pass into traffic. Picked up by Josie Dehart. Riley Green now with 25 seconds. Green gets double teamed. Lifts one into the paint. Beatty's shot no. And East going to race quickly down court. 10 seconds left. She gets hung up in the paint. They're going to be bailed out. Will Mamie Hill with a foul. Fourth on Franklin. No shots just yet. One more to give for both teams. 8.9 to go. Mamie Hill triggers high up top into the hands at the buzzer. Well, now they got a couple of more seconds here. That'll be at the buzzer for Julia Smithson, who's checked in, and it will go off the mark. So that's going to do it for the first half here at the Panther Den. 23-17 at the half. See all the cheerleaders on the floor. In an eventful first half, if you like turnovers. It was a sloppy first half for both teams. A lot of turnovers, especially early on. Looked like both teams just wanted to trade turnovers in that first quarter. Panthers able to get a little rhythm offensively in that middle part of the second quarter and extend the lead. At one point it was 21-13. See at the breakdown, 23-17 after 2 quarters here at the Panther Den. Fans, you want to stick around because we've got a good boys action ball game coming up at the conclusion of this one. About 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, near 8 o'clock or so, we'll have battle for first place in the Mountain 7 Conference. Also have a couple of presentations, including Athlete of the Month at the half of the boys game, and presentation to Jack Tisateski for eclipsing 1,000 career points. So that is all coming up in the boys action. We're going to take a break. Panther Tracks segment is coming up here in just a few moments. Hey, stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. It's time now for Panther Tracks, a look back at the storied history of Franklin High School athletics.
Talking about the number 36 and how legendary it is. And mentioned, Josh Young wore that number, Garrett Young wore that number, Parrish Young wore that number, such a legendary number in Franklin High School football. And there was a 36 on the 2001 team and the 2002 team that was a phenomenal athlete. He was all-state, I think all-conference. I know he was all-conference both years, all-state one of those years, Josh Durham. And he was a gamer. He was a dog. I can't, both sides of the ball. He was one of those rarities that Coach G would let play on both sides of the ball. But very good athlete there. His brother Chris Durham, wore number 26, and he played linebacker, and he would light you up.
I remember watching Chris at Inca one time. He broke 9 tackles. 9. We counted on film the next day, or on Monday. 9 tackles en route to a touchdown. But
Dustin Penland. Dustin Penland, great athlete.
It's hard not to be
smooth as stride.
Good throwing to Dustin Penland and Zach Mason.
Zach Mason
had some
Zach Mason
good
was
targets.
fast. And as a junior, that Cecil Pollock was on that team. So Cecil was making plays. Big time plays as a junior on that team, and Josh Parker at nose guard was mean as a striped snake, and he could hit. Oh man, he was just a phenomenal nose guard. But that's another one that I can think of.
Goldsmith told me that I was a pretty good long snapper, but he said, I don't think you can go downfield and make a tackle, so get over there and kick the ball.
That all culminates, I guess, into the fact that if you, this is, when I was thinking back, as I told you, it's very blurry, but all I remember about my senior year, or the thing I remember most, is that team, if somebody was coming to Franklin to play, they were not going to score when they came in the pit, and we were going to put up at least probably 30 on them. I know we opened at Rabun, like we were talking about, and everybody had talked up Rabun County 30-point underdogs, and we went down there and put 60 on their scoreboard. So that was memorable. It didn't happen at the pit, but the senior year there and the junior year, both those were good teams, great teams. But my senior year, I don't think for the first 5 or 6 games, like we were talking about, I don't think there was any points scored, none on that field. So, and I know that we scored a lot.
In those first couple of years that Coach Goldsmith was coaching, I mean, we had his first season was great. I think we talked about 10-2, won the conference, but some closer games. Now Derek's senior year, we dominant fashion, and I think we had some big wins away from Franklin. But really, when you look back at those games and you see the home field advantage that we had with the crowd, the excitement that's there surrounding the program, it was a huge advantage to be able to play at the pit, especially with all that excitement around Goldsmith being there. That was one of the best teams I think that has ever been through the halls of that high school. Yeah.
And that's been Panther Tracks. Stay tuned to FPSN as we look back at Panther athletics. It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
Welcome back. George Young now joined with head coach Doug Clemens of the boys varsity as we get set for tonight's action, the East Henderson Eagles and the Panthers here at the Panther Den. And Coach, last week you knew it was going to be a tough week. You had 3 consecutive games. You got through it unscathed. Close one against Smoky Mountain. You talk about that one, and then a good win against West Henderson a week ago here at the Panther Den. Talk about those wins last week.
Well, like I say, it was a tough week.
And Facebook pages.
Welcome back. As you see, both teams are back out of the locker room, and we are getting set for the beginning of the third quarter. Just a few moments from right now. We've got about a minute until they'll tip off the third quarter. Glad that you're with us on this chilly Tuesday evening. I'm George Young alongside our fantastic FPSN crew. Philip Angel on controls tonight. Spencer, our camera guy in the middle. And we hopefully get Josh Chastain back with us on Friday night. A little under the weather tonight. There's a lot of folks, a lot of stuff going around. This cold weather doesn't help at all. Hopefully you are staying warm wherever you may be. 23-17 at the break. Both teams looking to keep pace at the top of the conference in the middle part and get a home game in the conference tournament that will be here before you know it. Middle part of February. Seems like we began 2025 yesterday, and it's already the 21st day of the year. All right. Both teams are ready to go. I don't think the officials are ready to go. Where are the officials? I don't see them. Where are the officials? Let's go searching. They must have went out for a pizza break or something. Yeah, I don't know where the officials are. The officials are nowhere to be found, and we can't start unless we get some referees out here. The coach is going to call their players back out or onto their respective sidelines, it looks like. Here they come. Top right of the screen. They're out cooling off, I reckon. Police escort. Troy Burt escorted them back into the building. Now ready to go. There's Troy. 23-17, and it's going to be the East Henderson Eagles. And we'll have the opening possession. Everson kicks it into the corner. It's a 3 that is off the mark for Caden Henderson. Clemens going to race down court with it. An attack for the Panthers. Finds Bristol Brooks up top. Now it's Aubrey Haley just left of the stripe, and a rebound that is kicked out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Panthers. After the missed shot, Bristol Brooks triggers. Up high it goes. I'll kick it. Haley now underneath. Foster spinning and shooting. It wouldn't go. It's been tough sledding on that low block all night for the Lady Panthers. Another 3 attempted from the corner. That one wouldn't go for Henderson. And it's Bristol Brooks that'll bring it down court. Back of the iron, no. Foster there for the rebound and the stick back off the missed shot by Layla Malloy. The Panthers get the scoring going here in this third quarter. About a minute in. 25-17. 8-point advantage for Coach Scott Hartbarger's bunch. Almost a turnover. A wild shot would not go in the paint. Kicked around, going to be secured by Henderson. And the Eagles attack once again. A three is up and good. Finally, a three goes after a bunch of attempts. Everson. Nothing but net that time. Panthers in the paint. High arcing shot wouldn't go. Eagles able to secure the rebound. 25-20. Everson kicks as she drives in. Another three wouldn't go. Was that Henderson again? It was. She couldn't get it from the corner. Up court, open is Plemons. Wouldn't go. Plemons tries to grab it before it heads out of bounds. She dives but cannot secure it. And it'll go to the East Henderson Eagles. Coach Tammy George got to check in. Laura Marcellus into the game. Mamie Hill runs the point. She'll have it up top. Just inside the arc. Hill with the jumper. 3-point lead now for the Lady Panthers. Five quick points for East. Plemons, three, got it. McKenna Plemons. Right corner. East going to turn it over on the other end. Went through the wickets of Lindsay. Bristol Brooks swings it. Plemons, can it be back-to-back? Yes, it is. McKenna Plemons from downtown. Is it deep? That was almost near the bench, out of bounds area. High pass in the corner. Double team. Hitting the deck. Lindsay now is going to be a turnover. Plemons gives it up. Bristol Brooks. Nifty. Can't get it to go, though. It's out of bounds to East Henderson. Kyra Bass going to check in. Coach Tammy George at East. Both teams going on runs here in the third quarter, just about halfway through. Open jumper. Would not go. Panthers slowly bring it up as Mamie Hill couldn't get the bucket. In the paint, Foster will be at the line. Barcelo's going to pick up the foul, her first. Team's first here, third quarter. 2 shots for Foster. Got the roll on the first. Back of the iron with a second. And an offensive rebound. Aubrey Haley couldn't get it to go, but the third opportunity up and good. Foster. Almost a backcourt violation. And a turnover. And another turnover. East gets it back. And then they give it back. Up court quickly. Aubrey Haley dishes. Plemons. Plemons now back to Haley. And she'll be fouled. As Aubrey Haley went up, got bumped, and she'll be at the line for a couple of shots. First foul whistled on Kyra Bass. Second on East Henderson. Haley, 2 shots. All of a sudden you look up, And the Panthers have a 12-point lead, make it a 13-point lead. After that, free throw is up and good. Low-scoring affair. Panthers only able to muster 27 points in their last outing, which happened last Thursday. The third game in 3 consecutive days. And we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. It's going to be 30-second timeout for Coach Scott Hardbarger as he is going to talk things over. Mentioned that game. It was last Thursday. There's the official schedule. Latest and greatest. 36-27 in a loss to Hayesville. Panthers have already eclipsed that point total in this one. Game Friday against Tuscola, and then a couple of games on the road next week for Coach Hardbarger and his Lady Panthers. 36-22. Franklin up on East with 3:28 left. On a turnover. To the hole. Off the glass, Layla Malloy with the steal and the fast break. Almost another turnover. In the paint, hitting the deck. Lindsay. And Lindsay able to get the roll and one. Layla Malloy going to pick up the foul. Caden Henderson going to check in. Off the bench for Tammy George of the Eagles. One shot for Lindsay. The sophomore can't get it. Long rebound. Offensive. And we've got bodies everywhere. What are they going to call here? Out of bounds to East Henderson? Okay. Three up top. Off the mark. Offensive rebound. And shots upcoming. Henderson couldn't get the three-pointer to go. And Everson will be fouled as she goes up. 2 shots. Second on Franklin here in this third quarter. And is it on Plemons? Yeah. McKenna Plemons will pick up the foul. Just her first. First opportunity is up and good. And she gets the second to go. We've got a whistle and looks like a full timeout on the floor for Coach Tammy George at East Henderson. So we'll take a break with 2:44 to go, third quarter. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
.244 to go, third quarter. Franklin now up 12 at 38-26. East coming out of a timeout. Play defense as the Panthers have possession. It's Bristol Brooks directing traffic, calling out the offense, kicking it over to Layla Malloy. Malloy got a feed to Foster. Foster able to power up and get the bucket to go. And that's been a rare occurrence here. The low block not been fruitful for the Panthers. Splitting a double team, hitting the deck, and getting a foul called. And that will send Cassie Everson to the line. Oh, no, it won't. That's just the third foul. They said she was not in the act of shooting. Although she kind of flailed and threw the ball up. Tried to get some free throw shots out of it. Corner three, Everson. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. That one wouldn't go in the paint for Henderson. Panthers able to secure that board. They'll come up court quickly with it. In the corner, a three is off the mark, but there, Foster, check that, Malia Mason, able to secure the rebound and get the stick back. So you got some new faces into the game. Looks like Michaela Pendergrass has checked in, along with Malia Mason. Pass knocked away, and it'll stay with East Henderson. $1:40 left. More subs coming in for both teams. Looks like Green and Stiles back in for Coach Hartbarger. Amy Hill kicks it. It's a three. That'll be well off the mark from the right side. Offensive rebound. That one wouldn't go for McCall. Another offensive board. And some shots from the free throw line for Caden Henderson. The fourth on Franklin, and that one's going against Peyton Beatty, her first. 42-26. Still been kind of a discombobulated ball game. But you look up, and the Panthers continue to extend that lead. First shot up and good. Eagles just have not shot well. Have had opportunities. Are getting offensive rebounds. Second shot for Henderson, up and good. Minute 23 with a rolling clock, third quarter. Pendergrass gives it up. They'll swing it around. Played hot potato. It's Stiles at the paint. Got it knocked away. East going to come out with it. There was a dead spot on the floor. It looked like he wanted to bounce very well. Everson drives in. And we got some foul. That'll be assessed to the Panthers. And it'll send Henderson to the line. Fifth on Franklin, and that will be on Layla Malloy. Check that, 22, not 2. That'll be Michaela Pendergrass. Her first. 2 shots. First one good. Final 58.7. East will be in the bonus. And the second one rolls in for Henderson. Back to a 12-point lead for the Panthers. Riley Green directs traffic, gives it up at Stiles. Got to feed underneath. Mason, back out it goes. Green into the corner now. Stiles, her pass knocked away. It stays with the Panthers. 46.8 seconds left. Coach Tammy George going to get some players off of her bench. Looks like it's going to be Bass that'll check back in. Green with it. So we approach 40 seconds left. Pendergrass got to swing it around. Baseline jumper, no, but foul called on East. That will send Anna Stiles to the line. Going on 0-0, Caden Henderson. That'll be her first. .8 seconds left. First opportunity rolls off for Anna Stiles. The sophomore will get one more. And she gets the second to go. Mamie Hill. High pass. Over in the corner. Shot from 3. Would not go, but a offensive rebound. And the stick back up by Maddie McCall. Makes it 11-point lead for Franklin with 15.1 seconds left. Now they're going to reverse the call and say it's going to stay with the Panthers. Riley Green, see her on your screen. She will be the trigger lady here. Get it inbounds and see what the Panthers can do with the final 15 seconds of this third quarter. In it goes. Back to Green. Rebound, Malia Mason. She goes up. And Malia Mason able to power up and get the bucket. Down to 4 seconds. Down to 3. Down to 2. They may do it. Yeah. Third quarter in the books. 45-32. 13-point lead as we head to break after this.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
Panthers will have the opening possession here in the fourth quarter. Up 13. Panthers won by 10 at East Flat Rock back on December 13th. Opening shot wouldn't go for the Lady Panthers. It's going to be Mamie Hill that'll bring it up. She's going to get double teamed. Split it. Lose control. Hit the deck. And have a whistle. What happened here? Was it inadvertent? An inadvertent whistle. It'll be East Henderson basketball. Mamie Hill going to get double team. Pass back into her hands. It's knocked away. Off to Henderson, drives in and gets the foul called. It looks like Henderson was hit in the nose. She's holding her face there to make sure she has all of her teeth and her nose isn't bleeding. Foster going to pick up the foul, her fourth. 2 shots for Henderson. Can't get the first. One more for the junior, Caden Henderson. It's like Foster going to take a seat as Malia Mason checks in for Hartbarger and the Lady Panthers. And Everson has checked in for Cassie George, or Tammy George rather, in East Henderson. Second shot, no. Panthers up 45-32. And a turnover. This is an errant pass. Going to be picked up by Mamie Hill, and she's going to get the fast break points. 11-point edge now, 45-34. Approaching 7 minutes left. And another turnover. Back-to-back trips down the court. Lady Panthers have turned it over. That one wouldn't go. The transition bucket off the glass, and no good for Everson. And we've got a whistle, and we've got a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout on the floor for Coach Scott Hartbarger and the Lady Panthers. So 6:52 left in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
6:52 to go here in the fourth. And Coach Hardbarger had seen some turnovers, discombobulated offense. Decided he wanted to calm things down a bit, call a timeout. He's going to discuss. As the Panthers have possession out of the timeout, it's Bristol Brooks up top. Gives it up to, got a whistle and a foul. And it's an offensive foul, a moving screen. Aubrey Haley going to pick up her second. Everson, double teamed. It's a turnover. Bristol Brooks off the glass. Bristol able to steal it and take it all the way to the hole. In the corner, Henderson gets double teamed, then she gets bumped. Bailed out by a foul. And that'll be the fourth. Or the third. Third this quarter. 6:07 left. Already 3 fouls on Franklin. And a turnover. Clemens knocks it away. Brooks calls out the offense. Swings it over to Clemens. Now it's Brooks. She gets it knocked away. And a foul that'll send Everson to the line. Everson stole it and went up, couldn't get it, but has an opportunity at the free throw line. 47-34, Panther advantage. 2 shots upcoming for Cassie Everson. 5:43 left. Got the roll on the first. Kyra Bass checks in, the sophomore, off the bench for the Eagles. Second opportunity. Rims out. Rebound, Malia Mason. Mason underneath. Kicking. Clemens, 3. Got it! Although, say her foot was all up, she was just inside the arc. I'm shielded here. Right below us, I've got a pipe. I couldn't see exactly where her feet were. Usually it's a 3. That's about the only shot she's attempted tonight. And that one would not go, and we've got an offensive foul underneath on the rebound. That'll be the first on East, and that one's going on Bass, her second. Brooks crossed that timeline with a 14-point lead. Malloy back to Brooks. Corner, Clemens. 3, that time, up and good. Oh, yeah, she was well past the 3-point arc there. Almost another steal. Baseline issues. Out of bounds collision. Bodies going everywhere. And they'll say it was last touched by on Lady Panther. Josie Dehart going to check in for Hardbarger as Layla Malloy takes a seat. Everson gets it in. Now Henderson attacks. Henderson got the roll to cut into the Panther lead. 52-37 now. Clemens with it up top, gives it to Dehart. DeHart bounce pass to Malia Mason underneath. She goes up and gets the bucket to go. It's been a fantastic second half for Malia Mason after she came in for Foster, who picked up quick fouls and had to take a seat. That one wouldn't go. Bristol Brooks with a rebound. Clemens, another opportunity from downtown. That one wouldn't go. Rebound, kicked around, and saved by the Panthers. Brooks feeds, baseline. Haley got it. Aubrey Haley with a baseline jumper. That was off balance, too. That one's kicked around, and it's out of bounds. Another turnover. So we were in the replay. So many turnovers in this ball game. You blink and you'll miss one. Some subs coming in for Tammy George in East. I believe that's Barcelos into the game along with Lindsay. Come off the bench. Clemens almost pulled the trigger over to DeHart up top. Now it's Brooks. High pass into the corner, back to DeHart it goes. Approaching 3 minutes left. DeHart feeds, kicks. And one for Aubrey Haley. Barcelo's going to pick up the foul, her second, and the second on East. One opportunity at the free throw line for Aubrey Haley, the senior. Can't get it to go. East with the board. High pass knocked away. It'll stay with East. Everson to trigger. A lot of whistles blowing here. What do we have? Oh, somebody's tying their shoe. Pendergrass going to check in off the bench. Bass gets her shoes tied for East Henderson. Foul on the rebound going against the Panthers. Fifth on Franklin, so bonus time for East Henderson. A couple of shots at the free throw line after Bass gets her shoes tied, and she does. She's set and ready to go from the stripe. And hits the first, nothing but net. One more. 20-point advantage for the Lady Panthers. Looking to go above 500 overall. She gets the second to go. 2:36 left, fourth quarter. Make it a clean sweep against East. They can hold on to this lead. 2.5 to go. DeHart kicks it into the corner. Haley back up top. Bristol Brooks splits a double team. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Nifty passing. Pendergrass. Michaela Pendergrass with a bucket. 60-39, the biggest lead of the night for the Panthers. 21 points. Approaching 2 minutes left, and almost another turnover. Three, short. Josie DeHart grabs the board, then loses it out of bounds. Well, let's say she was, what? Okay. Not exactly sure if it's Panther basketball. I guess they'll say that an Eagle was standing out of bounds when they touched it. Wholesale substitutions now for both teams. As Coach Tammy George is going to empty her bench. Henderson, Everson, Ellie Everson, and Bridget Kelly going to check in off of the bench. Into the game for the Panthers. I believe Anna Stiles is who snuck into the game. And also Rain English into the game for Coach Tammy George. Yeah, they got to get one player off. They had too many out there. Minute 50 to go. Panthers are going to cruise to victory. Riley Green wanted to dish. Nobody home. Finally finds Josie Dehart. Back to Dehart it goes. Styles bounce pass. Going to be intercepted into the hands of Kelly. And now a turnover. Josie Dehart picks it up and travels. $1:27 to go, fourth quarter. Another sub coming in. Peyton Beatty for Franklin. Leah Mason going to take a seat. Just inside the arc. That one wouldn't go. Fight for the board, and it's going to go to the Panthers. .70 seconds left. Franklin going to pick up their fifth conference victory. East going to lose their fifth conference game. Dehart. Offensive rebound, up and good. Peyton Beatty able to get the stick back. 62-39. 23-point advantage, 45 seconds left. And almost another turnover. Nice touch by Lady Panther. I believe Pendergrass got her hand in there. .25 seconds left. See if the East can do anything here. Final few seconds. We're down to 17. Everson gives it up. And another turnover. Josie Dehart secures it. Finds Green. Underneath it goes. 3 seconds left. Dribbling around. 2 seconds. That'll do it. This one's in the books. 62-39 is the final as the Lady Panthers advance to 9-8 overall and 5-2 in the Mountain 7 Conference. East Henderson drops to 6-13 and 2-5 now in the Mountain 7 Conference. All right, we're about 15 minutes away now from what a lot of folks have anticipated since these two teams met back on December 13th. It's the boys varsity. And we'll feature the undefeated East Henderson Eagles at 17-0. And 6-0 in the conference against the Franklin boys varsity. They're coming with just one loss in conference. Stand at 5-1. This one should be a good one. We're going to talk to Coach Doug Clemens about tonight's East Henderson Eagle opponents and about last week's 3 games in 3 days stretch where the Panthers able to come out victorious in all 3 of those games. Stay with us. Boys action to come on FPSN.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Welcome back. George Young now joined with head coach Doug Clemens of the boys varsity as we get set for tonight's action, the East Henderson Eagles and the Panthers here at the Panther Den. And Coach, last week you knew it was going to be a tough week. You had 3 consecutive games. You got through it unscathed. Close one against Smoky Mountain. You talk about that one, and then a good win against West Henderson a week ago here at the Panther Den. Talk about those wins last week.
Well, like I say, it was a tough week. We had to move the Smoky Mountain game to Wednesday night, and so we had back-to-back conference games with West, and then travel over to Smoky. As you mentioned, we were able to get that game, but it was a tough fought game. Smokey gave us a great effort, but we were able to hold them off at the end. Had to do some things in the fourth quarter to win the game defensively, and so that was good for our kids to experience that. And then we went over to Hayesville for the third game in a row, in a non-conference game over at Hayesville, and probably played one of our better offensive games. We were able to put up 91 points and just had 5 kids in double figures, almost had 7 kids in double figures. So it was a balanced thing. It wasn't like one kid, went off for a bunch of points. It was, again, kind of what we've been doing all year, a well-balanced offensive attack. So we feel like that. Then we were able to have Friday off, able to, the kids were able to catch their breath a little bit there. Snow came in, forced everybody inside, so that was another good thing. I was able to get out and scout a little bit on Friday night and go watch East Henderson play, and then, of course, we have them tonight in a huge game.
You're talking about the points there in that game against Hayesville, a memorable night for Jack Tisateski, able to surpass 1,000 career points, and he's going to be honored before tonight's game. He
is. We're going to honor him, in front of our home crowd. That's a great accomplishment. The fact that he's, basically, still in his junior season, and to be able to do that just speaks volumes for the consistency of offense that he's shown throughout this part of his career. And first year with Franklin, but he played for Cherokee the past couple of seasons. Well, tonight you have marked this on your calendar for weeks. Back when you lost to East Henderson on December 13th, it was Friday the 13th that night. It was a close, hard-fought game over in East Flat Rock. Tonight, it's at the Panther Den. East Henderson undefeated overall. You guys only one loss in the conference. East Henderson is undefeated. You were able to scout East Henderson. Obviously, they've been consistent throughout the season. What do you think this game tonight's going to come down to? Well, in looking back at the game, it's hard to even grab a lot of things from that first game. They had played several games. Our schedule had been chopped up at the beginning because of football and playing teams that were in the football playoffs. So I feel like we're much more prepared now than we were then. I feel like they were a little ahead of us back then. They had already played 8 games. I think they were our 3rd game overall when we played them over there. And like you say, it was a good hard-fought game. I think the winning margin was 11 points. They've had a great season. They've got a really, really good team. They play well together. They've got a great leader and player in the Brewer kid. He's been a standout player, for several years now, and I just think Coach Jones does a really good job with them. We're looking forward to the challenge. We feel like we're to the point now that we're able to, we've played some really good teams on our schedule, haven't always beaten them, but still the experience of playing against quality competition. I think back about the McDowell game over at Western Carolina. McDowell, I think, has only lost 1 game overall this whole year. We played Union, Georgia, which has only lost 2 games up to this point on their season. So we played both those games. We beat a really good North Henderson team. Andrews, I think, is a really good team. We played them the 2nd time at their place and had to fight hard for that win. So I think all those experiences up to this point will hopefully help us with tonight. And then obviously it's going to take a great effort. We've talked about that. Our execution has to do good. We can't turn the ball over against them. And then, offensively, we've got to put the ball in the basket. We did not play well offensively against them over there. I think it was our low of the season. Of course, their defense had something to do with that too. But really looking forward to tonight's game. Hope the fans will turn out, and hope we can pull out a victory. Well, Coach, this is the first of 2 conference games this week, and we'll talk to you again on Friday. Sounds good. Doug Plemons, head boys varsity basketball coach. Stay with us, fans. We've got more to come.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Take a trip. Panther Pit. pages.
Welcome back as we're about to get set for the boys varsity.
Before we get started, we have one special recognition. Last Thursday night at Hayesville, Jack Tisa scored his 1,000th point. The Panthers would like to welcome Jack to the 1,000 point club, and congratulations on this great accomplishment. First, the starting lineup for the East Henderson Eagles. Number 1, Jalen Brewer. Number 2, Riley Adams. Number 5, Caden Brewer. Number 10, Jaden Evans. And number 23, Kyle Bailey. Panthers go lights out in 3, 2, 1. Let's get on your feet for tonight's starting lineup. Guard, a senior, number 2, Braitland Dixon. Guard, number 3, Max McClure. At forward, number 5, Jack Tisa. At forward, number 14, a senior, Noah Brannon. At forward, number 23, sophomore, William Roward.
That's the starting lineups for both teams, and we'll turn the lights back on, and we'll get this big conference battle underway. The East Henderson Eagles come in undefeated at 17-0 and 6-0 in the Mountain 7 Conference. The Franklin Panthers at 13-3, coming off 3 victories last week at 5-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Featuring the conference Play of the Year and Caden Brewer, averaging 27 points a game. He'll jump center on Noah Brannon, and it's going to be the East Henderson Eagles that will control the opening tip. Dressed in black tonight with green trim. Panthers in their familiar whites. Jalen Brewer had it briefly. We'll kick it over to Caden Brewer. Brewer had 51 points against Chase in December. 51 points in a high school game. That is unbelievable. Adams drives in, kicks it out. It's Brewer for 3, and he gets the scoring going. Caden Brewer from downtown. These two teams met on December the 13th. And East Henderson, East Flat Rock, and Franklin lost by 11 to East Henderson. William Rowers tries to answer the Brewer 3, and that one's off the mark. East Henderson will have the control and bring it up across that timeline. It's Caden Brewer on the dribble. Guarded by Rowers. He'll kick it. Swing it over. It's Jalen Brewer with it. Traveling to the hole. Riley Adams off the glass and good. And East Henderson out in front 5-0 early on here. They've definitely brought the energy. And you see the bench across the way with head coach Marquittis Jones. Tisa with an air ball from downtown. And it's saved out of bounds into the hands of East Henderson. Cannot say enough about Coach Jones, Marquittis Jones, a favorite of me and Tony Christie's, as he has turned this program around at East Henderson. Caden Brewer could not get the reverse layup to go. Will Rowers drives in, high off the glass, and he gets the big goose egg off the scoreboard for the Panthers. 5-2. Early on as we approach 6 minutes left. He has, Coach Jones that is, his Eagles undefeated here in 2024-2025 at 17-0. Almost a turnover on the inbound. Caden Brewer slips down. It's picked up. Max McClure. Max lost control of it. And it's going back to the East Henderson Eagles. Riley Adams will get it inbounds. As it's Caden Brewer, the senior guard. Drives in. Kicks. Top of the key. Over to Adams. And Adams thought about it. Now going to drive in. Back it back out. Over to Brewer. Will Rowers almost with the steal. Knocks it out of bounds as they were trying to dish it over to Caden Brewer. 5:16 left in the first quarter. Adams looks to get it in front of the student section. Caden Brewer. It's Jalen Brewer. Back of the iron. Crashing the boards and getting the bucket. Here's Jaden Evans. Will Rowers up top. 4:40 left. Jack. Driving, kicking. Brannon, three. Got it! Noah Brannon from downtown. Cuts into that Eagle lead. He had a man in his face, too. Adams with it. Over to Evans, up top to Brewer. Brewer gives it up. Nice. Jaden Evans. Back-to-back buckets for Jaden Evans. As we approach 4 minutes left, Eagles up 9-5. When these two teams met, you just joined us. Franklin had only played 2 games going into that matchup in East Henderson. Now a turnover. Brewer. After a couple of cancellations, East Henderson had played 8 games going into that one. A lot of games have been played since. One thing is consistent, though. East Henderson is good, and they have been consistent throughout the season. They're going to say that was partially blocked as Jack takes a Teskey. Went up for 3 and was partially blocked by an Eagle. It will stay with the Panthers. Braylon Desarn had it in the corner now, gives it up to Rowers. Rowers finds Brannon, he's open. Noah Brannon for 3. Approaching 3 minutes left. Brewer swings it over to Jalen Brewer. He's a freshman. I'm assuming that's his brother. I should have found out before. A deep 3. Up and good near the bench by Riley Adams. Watch this. Panthers could not get anything going on their end. East Henderson with it. Riley Adams swinging it around. It's Jalen Brewer. Brewer going to kick it. Pass knocked away by Will Rowers as they were trying to feed over to Caden Brewer. Brewer will have it in the backcourt now. He comes into the front court. Brewer on the dribble to the hole. Blocked by Brannon. Now Max McClure with it. McClure over to Desarn. Back to McClure. He's going to drive in. Kick it out. William Rowers 3. Off the mark. Here comes East Henderson. And Adams. And I swing it underneath as Brewer was hanging out in the paint, and he's able to get the bucket. Caden Brewer living up to the billing coming into this one. DeZarn picks up his dribble, finds Tisateski. Jack driving, kicking. Rowers now going to drive in. Defense collapse, he kicks. Baseline jumper by Max McClure, blocked. Off to the races. Off the glass and good. Caden Brewer. And all of a sudden, East Henderson has opened up a 10-point lead over the Panthers. Flexing their muscle early on here, first quarter. Tisateski. Gives it up to Rowers. Thought about driving in now. Going to attempt one from downtown. He wouldn't go. Rebound East Henderson. Brewer. Deep in the corner. Caden swings it. Over to Riley Adams. Now to Jalen Brewer. 30 seconds left. First quarter. Caden on the dribble. Driving. Off balance shot. And it's going to stay with East Henderson. As Attic Sutton checks in off the bench for Doug Clemens. 18-8 East. Brewer to trigger. And it goes. Lost. Up court quickly. DeZarn off the glass. Braden DeZarn. Three seconds left as the shot is up and good at the buzzer. Jalen Brewer from downtown, and that's going to wrap up the first quarter. East Henderson with an 11-point lead as we head to break. Stay with us.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
Welcome back. 8 minutes left here first half as the second quarter is just about set to begin. Glad you're with us on YouTube and Facebook at the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Battle for first place in the Mountain 7 Conference on the boys' side. Girls able to come out victorious. The Franklin girls over the East Henderson girls to the varsity side of things. It's Max McClure from downtown. It would not go. And the way the Panthers shot over in East Flat Rock is continuing here. And this one tonight has, I think, a lot to do with East Henderson's defense. That one is short from downtown. Panthers didn't shoot very well over at East Henderson High School as Braylon DeZarn drives in, lost control as he shot a pass that was intercepted. And Caden Brewer intercepted it. They whistle a foul, or they say it was out of bounds. It's going to be a timeout on the floor. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout by Coach Doug Clemens. Have not had an opportunity to throw up the schedule. Here's the latest and greatest schedule. As you see last week, the Panthers able to come out victorious in 3 consecutive ball games on a 6-game winning streak. Last loss came at the hands of Union County at the Battle of the States tournament in 2024. That was on December 30th. Have won every game so far in 2025. But this is a different beast in East Henderson. You see them at the very top of the conference, 17-0 and 6-0. Franklin at 5-1, and you see the rest of the conference Only one other team above 500, and that was North Henderson. So this is a de facto conference championship game, even though there's a lot of ball left to be played. Anything can happen, but the way things are going, East Henderson is a runaway train, unless somebody can stop them in conference. They're headed towards hoisting a trophy. It is Caden Brewer, and will dribble out of the timeout on that Panther bench. Adams swings a pass up high. It's Lex Burns. Burns will give it up. Over to Brewer. Brewer kicking. Panthers extending that defense. Brewer, three, got it. Doesn't matter if you could extend that defense when you have a hand in your face and you can hit a shot like that. Not much you can do about it. That's what's so frustrating if you're playing defense against Caden Brewer. He's that good. Pisateski driving in. Offensive foul. We're headed the other way. Pisateski going to pick up his first, and it's the first against the Panthers here in the second quarter. Eagles up 14. Brewer from downtown. Look out. He's on pace to score 50 in this one, like he did against Chase. Jack Pisateski during the replay able to answer. He hits one from downtown to stop the bleeding briefly for the Panthers. Adams for three. That one off the mark. Pisateski with a rebound. High pass up to Brandon deep in the corner. Brandon gives it back to Pisateski. As we approach 5.5 left in the second quarter. Pisateski from downtown. Back of the iron wouldn't fall. Caden Brewer with it, guarded by Braylon DeZarn. Brewer driving, getting bumped. Second foul on Franklin here in this second quarter. Braylon DeZarn will pick up his first. No shots. Will Rowers comes back into the game as Attic Sutton takes a seat for Plemons. Inbound pass eventually is stolen back by Caden Brewer. Adams kicks. It's Jalen Brewer driving in. Nifty move. Wouldn't go for the freshman. Now, if you're Quinnius Jones and you have Caden Brewer out there, and then you see, oh, I've got a freshman. His name's Jalen Brewer. You've got to smile and sleep well at night. Corner three, off the mark. These are some talented kids here. To the hole. Offensive foul, Caden Brewer. Going to be the first on Caden Brewer. And the first whistle on East Henderson here in the second quarter. 4:26 left. Max McClure. He's been quiet. He's going to kick. Noah Brandon. Brandon tiptoeing that baseline, kicking it out. It's McClure to the hole. McClure can't get the roll, but he'll be at the line for a couple of shots. 4:10 left here in the second, 27-13. Both teams have kind of cooled off offensively. East Henderson in the past minute or so. have the same score, 27-13. First one up and good, 27-14. One more for Max McClure. As Noah Brannon takes a seat. It's like Lance Parker is checked in for him in Plymouth. Second shot rolls out for Max McClure. High pass, knocked around, picked up. It's Brewer. They'll swing it into the corner. Jalen gives it up. Wouldn't fall in the paint. Caden Allison couldn't get it to go. Tisa Teskey going to find Lance Parker, and he couldn't get it to go. So he went up. Foul. Fans behind or below us wanted a foul. He was bumped briefly. Jalen Brewer in the corner to Caden. Now it's Adams. That'll secure it very briefly. Now swinging it around. Jalen Brewer's shot blocked. It'll stay with East Henderson. Caden going to be double teamed. Almost a backcourt violation. Brewer in the paint will be at the line. Tisa Teskey going to pick up the foul. It'll be his second, and the third whistled on Franklin. 3:05 left, second quarter. Brewer, first opportunity at the free throw line. And it's up and good. Noah Brandon going to check in. And he gets the second shot to go. It's Max McClure. It's going to take under 3 minutes left. McClure finds DeZarn. DeZarn finds a cutting. Noah Brannon, and they're going to whistle a blocking foul underneath. Going against Riley Adams. Or no, that's going to be on Lex Burns. 3 on 2. Burns picks up his first, third on East. No shots, 2:49 left. McClure looks to get it in. Check that out. That was DeZarn got it in to McClure. Off balance, McClure got the roll. It's a tough shot. Adams playing catch with Caden Brewer. Back it goes Adams, thought about it. Adams 3. Front of the iron, rebound McClure. McClure off to Braylon DeZarn. He's open for 3. That one off the mark. Whistle and timeout. Coach Marquettis Jones of the East Henderson Eagles. They want to talk it over. Full timeout, so we'll take one. Minute 52 left, 29-16 Eagles. Back after this.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back as Coach Jones and the Eagles wanted to talk it over. Minute 52 left. Comfortable 29-16 lead for Coach Jones's Eagles. See Coach Jones to the right of Caden Brewer, who triggers and gets it in. Almost a steal. Caden open three. Back of the iron. A rare miss. And a turnover. Bowers trying to dish it over to Braylon DeZarn. And DeZarn was heading towards the corner and couldn't secure it. Under 90 seconds left here, first half. And a traveling violation on Brewer. Minute 17 left, second quarter. It's McClure calling out the offense with 70 seconds left. Over to Braylon DeZarn. Now McClure drives, kicks. Brannon couldn't get it to go. Got his own rebound, then it was blocked out of his hands. And East now will turn it over. Backcourt violation. .6 seconds left, second quarter. Offensive explosion. For East Henderson, first quarter into the second, but cooled off a bit. Rowers driving off the glass. Cuts it to a 11-point lead. That was the final. And East Flat Rock back on December 13th, Friday the 13th. 11-point win for East Henderson. The Brewers playing catch into the corner. It's Adams. Back to Caden Brewer. Down 21 seconds. Jalen Brewer open three. Off the mark. Rebound Brannon. Chance to cut it to single digits. Brannon to the hole. Thought I heard a whistle. Up court quickly. Brewer. 5 seconds. Brewer off the mark. That'll do it. Frenetic pace in that final 30 seconds. 29-20. The Eagles with a 9-point lead after one half of action. Cheerleaders are going to perform. We're going to have the Athlete of the Month presentation here at the half, and then we will hear from the Athlete of the Month. And our special feature package that we put together this week on Zoe Walker, member of the swim team. She will be honored here after the cheerleaders perform. And you'll learn more about Zoe, senior swimmer for Coach Baku and the swim team. 29-20, about what I anticipated in that first half, a frenetic pace. And both teams kind of settled in. Let's take it down to our public address announcer, Mark Sutton, for our special presentation. They started playing music. Now Dan Gibson's got to go over there and turn the music off. Now they turn the music off. Now we're ready to go.
At this time, we would like to take a few moments to present the Franklin High School Athlete of the Month Award. This award is sponsored by First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental. Corbin Dental, locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion of service to the community, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. Founded in Smithfield, North Carolina, and managed by the same family for 3 generations, First Citizens has been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. The January 2025 Franklin High School Athlete of the Month Award goes to a member of the swim team, Miss Zoe Walker. Walker is a senior at FHS. As a member of the swim team at FHS, Walker is the captain of the swim team. She holds the record in all 3 girls' relays and has made regional individually the last 2 years. Zoe is always positive and encouraging and a great role model. Please join us in congratulating Zoe on being the January 2025 FHS Athlete of the Month.
And now you'll learn more about Zoe Walker.
I'm Zoe Walker. I'm on the swim team. I'm in 12th grade, and I've been selected as the FHS Athlete of the Month. My team is my biggest motivator. They really help me to do my best every day and to compete back and forth when we're doing different sprints or different sets. My biggest goal for this swim season is to make it to the state championships in the 200 IM. I would say the 200 IM is my favorite event because it takes all the strokes into one, and it's really difficult to motivate yourself to get it all done.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And Facebook pages.
Welcome back. Got about 2 minutes until we'll get to third quarter action. Eagles hold a 29-20 advantage over the Panthers in a battle for first place in the Mountain 7 Conference. A couple of stats to pass along here as Noah Brandon led scoring for the Panthers with 8 points. Max McClure only 3 points in that first half, 2 for Desarn, and Rowers had 4 points for a total of 20. And Coach Plemons mentioned it in the pregame interview that he didn't think they shot very well in East Flat Rock back on December 13th, and that has continued here tonight. A little discombobulated offensively, but it looked like they're in that second quarter, middle part of the second quarter, found some rhythm offensively. East Henderson came out hot. They know how to play. They know how to put their foot on the gas, and when they get a team down, try to bury them and hit some threes. Caden Brewer was as advertised. If he just joined us, Conference Player of the Year, and he is living up to the billing. He had 51 points in a game back in December against Chase, and 51 points in a high school game is ridiculous. It's a lot of points in such a condensed time frame. Both teams back out of the locker room, so we're rolling towards a start here into the third quarter. There are the conference standings. As mentioned, top of the conference at stake here tonight. Only loss in conference was to East Henderson. That's Franklin's one loss at 5-1, and East undefeated at 17-0 and 6-0 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Both teams are ready to go, and this time, unlike the girls varsity, the officials, they're ready to go as well. Officer Burt didn't have to go get them this time. We're underway, and almost a turnover out of the gate. 3 off the mark. Rebound East Henderson. Jaden Evans able to get the bucket. Gets the scoring going here for East Henderson. Back out in front by 11. That was the margin of victory on Friday the 13th in December. And a turnover saved out of bounds. It's Caden Brewer. Bring it up court. Getting knocked away from behind. It's going to be picked up by Jaden Brewer. Feeds Caden. Now into the paint. Running shot up and good. We got a couple of bodies hitting the deck as it is Jaden Evans. Back-to-back buckets for Evans. And looks like a Panther is hurt. Who is that, Max? Yeah, Max McClure may have gotten kicked in the head. He's checking to make sure that he still has all of his teeth. I'll have to probably clean up some perspiration on the floor here. Glad that you are with us on this chilly Tuesday evening as we approach 8:30 in the East, Eastern Standard Time. Glad you're hanging out with us wherever you may be. Hopefully you are staying warm, as it is cold everywhere. In fact, it's cold in Florida. They're getting snow tonight in the Panhandle. On YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network, I'm George Young alongside our executive producer tonight, Philip Angel, as Brandon jacks a 3. It's off the mark. Spencer on our camera. Appreciate him working with us tonight. His first opportunity on FPSN camera is Joshua Chastain. Hopefully going to be back with us on Friday, a little under the weather. I think he's gotten what's been going around. Brewer driving in, kicking. Out it goes Adams. He lost control of it near the center jump circle. He'll secure it back, and it's a 3. Caden Brewer off the mark. Stick back up and good, though. As East has been crashing the boards. Is that Bailey? I believe so. 6:15 left. Tisa Teske, nice move. Got the defender in the air and then ducked under him. I'm sure Coach Doug Clemens talked about this in the locker room to his boys, but if Franklin's going to keep this one close and have a chance, going to have to get rebounds and not allow offensive rebounds and second chance points. There's another second chance point. Kyle Bailey from downtown. Just like the first quarter began, an onslaught by East Henderson, 38-22. 30-second timeout to stop the bleeding briefly with 5:42 left. Coach Doug Clemens knows that this one could get ugly quick. Panthers are ready to go, waiting for East Henderson to break their huddle. Back in action would be the Panthers on Friday, hosting the Tuscola Mountaineers here at the Panther Den. We'll have it right here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. So if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us, like us on Facebook so you get notifications. Make sure you ring the bell. Make sure that the Notifications are set for you to receive when we go live on both platforms. Brandon driving, kicking, back out beyond the arc. It's Max McClure. He drives and kicks. Brandon thought about it, finds McClure. Only had 3 points in the first half rather. He's going to almost match it with that bucket. And he'll have an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. As McClure will be at the line. And that one's going against Kyle Bailey. It's his first, team's first for East. One shot, wouldn't go. Rebound secured by East Henderson. Up to Caden. Brewer lost control. Picks it back up, spins a pass underneath. Got lost in the defense, Jaden Evans, and he has been big here. I think that's 6 quick points for Jaden Evans. Third quarter, Brandon 3. Off the mark. Panthers dreadful from the floor here in the third quarter. Cannot buy a bucket. Adams locked away. Picked up, kicking corner. Jaden Brewer in and out. Panthers not able to secure it. Brewer with it, gets double teamed in the corner. High pass up top. Evans swinging around to Jalen Brewer. His shot wouldn't go, but there to follow is Caden. 42-24. 18-point lead for the East Henderson Eagles, flexing their muscle in the third quarter and showing everybody here why they're undefeated and conference favorites. 3 would not go for Max McClure. That one is kicked around out of bounds, and Franklin cannot get a break. Lance Parker going to check in as Noah Brannon takes a seat. Halfway through the third quarter, East Henderson extending that lead and looking to make it 20 points if they can get a J. Possibly even more with a 3. In and out, nobody's hitting the deck. Rebound Lance Parker. Over to Will Rowers. Feeding McClure underneath, spinning and shooting McClure. Count it and 1. 5 quick points for Max McClure. And he is keeping the Panthers in this one with a little bit of a pulse. One shot at the free throw line. Attic Sutton into the game as Braylon DeZarn takes a seat. Clemens shaking up the lineup, trying to find something that works as Sutton will be down low, along with Lance Parker, who's into the game. We've got a collision there. What do they call? A foul? Yeah. Foul on Jack Tisateski. Had somebody ask me last week, because people think that I'm all-knowing and I don't really know much, asking about Jack Tisateski. They were asking me, is that his real name? I said, yeah, Jack is his real name. They're like, no, Jack. I said, well, I don't know the story. And I found out the story today. His granddad, also who is a coach, he's on the bench over there, his name is Jack. And so to differentiate between the two, he's Jack. It makes sense. My name is George. I'm actually the third. George the third, as that one is saved in the backcourt by Riley Adams. In my family, my middle name is Henry, as Adams drives in. Wow. Adams has been putting on a show here. Max McClure fighting, can't get it to go. Outlet pass. Brewer off the glass. My middle name is Henry. My dad's name obviously is George. They call him George. And I'm George H. Similar like George H. Bush. George H.W. Bush. They have those. So I understand Jack. Understand that name. Especially when you're Granddad's the coach over there. Here on the floor. There he is. Jack underneath. There he is. That's the story on the name for anybody who was wondering. And I had some folks ask me last week. Adams thought about a deep three. And it's Caden Brewer up top. Minute 40 left. Jalen Brewer on the rebound, a foul on East. It's been a physical game, but really not a lot of fouls called. That's just the third whistled on East, and only one whistled on Franklin. Lex Burns checks in for Coach Jones. Taking a seat is Jaden Evans. .90 seconds left, third quarter. High pass, Lance Parker. Goes up, wouldn't go. And rebound East. Adams picks it up, found Jalen Brewer. Adams gets it back. 70 seconds, third quarter. Hayden Brewer over to Jalen. He's tried a bunch of threes from that corner. They are just not going for the freshman. 53 seconds left. Tisa Teske tried to drive in. Gets stopped, gives it up to Max McClure. Now Sutton with it. 44 seconds left. It's guarded by Riley Adams. Now Sutton going to drive in. Kicking it, Tisa Teske. Off balance, finds Lance Parker. Out to Max McClure, short with the three. Rebound, Will Rowers. Rowers driving in, finds Lance Parker. He's able to find a seam in the defense and get the bucket off the glass. A 15-point edge for East Henderson with 20 seconds left. Riley Adams kicks it around. It's Caden Brewer thought about it. Adams is open, and it wouldn't go. And they do it. Third quarter in the books, 15-point lead for the East Henderson Eagles as we head to break.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
We've got 8 minutes left to decide this one. 15-point lead for East Henderson. Glad that you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Have more action coming up Friday here at the Panther Den. Tuscola and Franklin do battle in another conference showdown. Attic Sutton finds Will Rowers. Rowers pulls up. Jumper wouldn't fall. Rebound Brewer. Outlet. Jalen off the glass. Jalen Brewer with a bucket. It's now a 16-point edge. I was right the first time. 17. Tisa Teske deep three. Jack with a trifecta. Panthers going to need a lot of those down the stretch here to get back into this one and make it a game. 14-point lead for East Henderson. Caden Brewer finds his brother underneath. Wide open, and lost in the defense. Jalen Brewer. Jack Tisateski dribbling in, finding Max McClure. McClure over to Sutton. Sutton got to find Lance Parker. Parker gets fouled. And he'll be at the line for a couple of shots. Can't hit the first. He'll get one more. Braylon DeZarn checks in for the Panthers and Coach Doug Clemens. Can't hit either. 0 for 2 at the stripe for Lance Parker. As it's Brewer that comes down with it. He'll find Adams in the front court and a steal. Parker. Nice for Parker, able to get his hand in the passing lane there and then convert offensively. Down to 6 minutes left. Going to have to cause more of those if the Panthers, again, want to make this a game. Get more possessions. Adams will be at the line. Riley Adams, the senior at the stripe. What do they give that one to? Parker. Lance Parker will pick up his first. And it's the first whistled on Franklin. Jack. Swings it. DeZarn over to Tisateski. Find Brandon gives it up to Tisateski. Nifty. Tisateski can't get it to go there. Though to follow is Lance Parker. See Parker able to use his size and get the stick back. Oh, it's Adams kicking it. Brewer. Adams open, now going to drive. Drain clock, approaching 5 minutes left. Caden Brewer is going to kick out. 3 from the corner. Wouldn't go. Tisateski with a rebound. Chance to cut into the lead. 52-38. Lance Parker. Driving, kicking Brandon. Brandon swings it out. Braylon DeZarn. 4:50 left. Another deep 3. Tisateski off the mark. Rebound Brewer. Got a whistle. Looks like Coach Mark Quintus Jones wants to talk it over. It's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take one as well. Stay with us.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
4:35 left here, fourth quarter. Marquettis Jones wanted to call a timeout and kind of calm his troops down. I'm sure get some strategy down the stretch to drain some clock and take smart shots. But mainly keep the ball, don't turn it over. And you can drain clock, you're going to come out victorious here tonight. That's what they're going to do here. High pass, and it's going to stay with East Henderson. Jalen Brewer. Get it in, does high. It's Caden. Caden drives in, and they're going to whistle an offensive foul. Yep. So Caden Brewer going to pick up his third offensive foul at the charge. Braylon Desarn into the front court, finds Tisateski. Over to Max McClure. McClure had a spurt to begin the third quarter. He's open. Oh, how that wasn't a foul. He got hugged. What's this? How isn't that a foul? 52-40 now. 12-point lead. The Panthers the closest they've been in a while. 3.5 left. Scored 44 at East Flat Rock on the 13th. Shot short, saved. Out of bounds, they'll say last touch by East Henderson. Jaden Evans back into the game. Desarn with 3:12 left. Tisateski open three. In and out. Rebound Brandon. Brandon goes up. Can't get it to go. Got to make those shots if you're the Panthers and want to have any chance in this game. 12-point lead with 2:53 left. East Henderson draining more clock. They know what to do. Adams three. No. Rebound Brandon. East Henderson has left the door open. Braylon Desarn got it from downtown. Cuts it to a 9-point lead now at 52-43. That was a deep one. Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Just joined us. Top of the conference at stake tonight. You see, it's East Henderson and Franklin has already lost to East Henderson once this season. So if East is able to come out victorious here tonight, they'll have a 2-game lead. And for Franklin to win the regular season championship, then you're looking at East Henderson losing twice. I don't think that's going to happen. They're undefeated currently at 17-0. 2:34 left, fourth quarter. The conference tournament, by the way, is right here at the Panther Den. Middle part of February. Closest the Panthers have been in a long time, 9 points, 52-43, and East will have to get it up court. The Panthers will pick up some pressure in the backcourt. Jalen Brewer will get it inbounds. Goes back to Jalen. 2:15 left. Adams gets harassed. Whistle, and Coach Jones wants to call a timeout. 30-second timeout for Coach Marquettis Jones and the East Henderson Eagles, as they have been building for this season. Just a few years ago, made a Cinderella run in the conference tournament and won it. That was, I believe, hosted in 2023 by Tuscola, if I remember correctly. Ended up coming into the tournament, I believe, with a losing record and ended up winning the tournament. And since then, it's been a fast-moving train down the tracks. And this year, undefeated. And they've played some people, too. Hendersonville. Played some tournaments. Adams thought about it. Going to give it up. And now a whistle and a foul as Lance Parker will foul Evans. Just a second on the Panthers, so they've got 3 more to give before we'll have free throw opportunities. Looked like Brandon was trying to foul him. He's playing keep away now, almost a steal. Adams with it, and finally they're going to whistle a foul on Brannon. Riley Adams was the victim. Just the third, so 2 more to give. No shots just yet. $1:43 left. 9-point lead for East Henderson. Draining clock. Adams with it. Got a foul. Yeah, 2 more to give. He got a foul. Almost a steal from behind by Max McClure. Minute 27 left. They're down 3 possessions. Jalen Brewer gets fouled in the backcourt. Brannon picks it up. That'll be his second. 4th on Franklin. 1 more to give. There's the 5th foul. That on Brandon as well. That'll be his 3rd. Free throw opportunities for Jalen Brewer. Got the first. Got the second. Three, rims out. Lance Parker will pick up the foul, and we'll have some free throws by Riley Adams. And the way this one's tracking, it's going to be very similar to the game back on December 13th. Panthers scored 44 in that one, and the final was 55-44. How things change and how they stay the same. Missed them both. Still a little bit of an opportunity for the Panthers. And a turnover. Caden Brewer off to the races. Now he's going to back it out, drain clock, now get fouled from behind. That'll send Caden Brewer to the line for some free throw shots. So Jack Tisateski picks up his 4th. 3 consecutive misses at the free throw line for East Henderson. And he hits the second, 55-43. Desarn picks up his dribble, finds Lance Parker. Trouble with it. Parker, reigning clock, feeds Max McClure, feeding, shooting. No good. Short. Rebound. East Henderson. That'll do it. More shots. That'll be the fourth on Lance Parker. 44.7 seconds left. Lex Burns will attempt a couple. Hits the first. 56-43. Gets them both. 57-43. Pisateski. Brandon, corner 3, off the mark. McClure rebound shot, no. Rebound is out of bounds. And it's going to the East Henderson Eagles, so the Panthers cannot go to one more point up on the board. They'll have their lowest point total in a game all season. And East Henderson is going to keep on moving. That train is a-rolling. And it ain't stopping. Full timeout by Coach Doug Clemens. He wants to talk it over with 28.3 seconds left. So look at the standings, and you could have 2 losses in the conference column for the Panthers, and almost going to eliminate the Panthers from any chance at a regular season title. East Henderson just has a few more wins under the belt to go ahead and wrap up that regular season conference championship. If we can get all the games in time. All this snow, you never know. The cold weather, another 2-hour delay tomorrow for Macon County schools. Too cold to fire up the buses, I reckon. What does it do to electric buses? I don't know. They have to come up to the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Deep 3 by Max McClure. That'll give the Panthers 46, so it won't be their lowest point total of the season. Found some of those Tesla chargers, those superchargers, the ones that do it quick. When it gets cold, I reckon. I don't know. No idea. 6.5 seconds left. Marquittis Jones of the East Henderson Eagles going to pick up their 7th conference victory of the season, and they're going to march on in the regular season with 18 consecutive victories. They will go to 18-0. First shot off the mark for Jalen Brewer. Freshman will have one more. In and out. Shot wouldn't go, and we are done. This one's in the books. 59-46. East Henderson jumping for joy as they have defeated the Panthers at the Panther Den in a very similar game to what we saw over a month ago. 59-46. Congratulations to Marquittis Jones and his Eagles. Panthers back in action on Friday, hosting the Tuscola Mountaineers here at the Panther Den. And we'll be on YouTube and Facebook at the Franklin Panther Sports Network around 6:30 or so for the girls varsity, and then the boys varsity will follow right about 8 o'clock or so. Hopefully you are staying warm tonight. My thanks to Philip Angel, our executive producer, and Spencer on camera tonight. For all involved, I'm George Young. Till next time, so long, everybody.